Welcome to Believers Talk, and the most recent edition of this Believers Talk, we'll be talking about the Green Bay Packers, who we have coming up this Sunday as we go to Lambeau Field to take the Packers. The Bills are 1-2, the Packers are 1-1. We are just getting ready to go to halftime here in the Rams-Vikings game for Thursday Night Football. If you are watching Thursday Night Football, hope you're enjoying yourself. Score is 28-20 in what has been a great game. I've really enjoyed it so far. Vikings look a little bit better than they did last Sunday, but this Rams team is legit. There's something to watch for. So it's going to be a great second half. I'm going to try to make sure that we are done so that way you guys can go back to the game at the end of halftime. Thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. My name is Joe. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to do so, as we not only give pregame and postgame, we will be live streaming every Bills game, including this Sunday, as the Buffalo Bills going to Lambeau Field, and hopefully we have the same result we did this past Sunday on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. So again, if you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so. If you are subscribed, like this video, share it with some of your friends, and get them, if they're Bills fans, get them involved here. If you've been part of our live streams on Sundays, you know that we have a lot of fun, so be sure to do that. Just give me 1 second here, guys. We want to pregame the Packers and Bills game. A lot of things to talk about, including some major injuries, some very important injuries as far as both the Bills and the Packers are concerned. And just some stats from around the league and things like that from previous games, both the Bills and the Packers. So that way, because it's not just the Bills who have been, these two teams, it's not just the Bills who have been hot and cold at times. The Packers have definitely been that way as well. So we'll take a look into that. But, let's start with the Buffalo Bills, okay? The Buffalo Bills, it's basically, I saw this on Twitter, it's basically, if you look at the beginning of the season and second half of the season, so far after 3 games, man, it's hard to believe. It's after this week, we're already 25% done with the season. That's crazy. But anyway, so after 3 games, let's break it down. The first 6 quarters, second 6 quarters. I saw this on Twitter. So in the first 6 quarters, the Bills defense allowed 75 points. Teams were 47% against us on third downs. The Bills defense only had 2 sacks, and the opponents were 9 for 9 inside the red zone. So that's the first 6 quarters. So that's the full first game, the first half of the second game. So that's the whole Ravens game where we got blown out 47-3, and that's the whole Chargers game where we lost that one 28-13, or I'm sorry, 30-13, something like that. I don't know. I forget, but you guys will remind me. So 9 for 9 in red zone opportunities. That means every time the opposing team got in their end zone, the red zone, they got a touchdown. That's not good. 9 times in 6 quarters isn't good either. So that was really not good. But if you look at the last 6 quarters, you look at the second half of that Chargers game and the game last week against the Vikings, the Buffalo Bills defense has only allowed 9 points to opposing teams. Opposing teams are 30% on third down compared to the 47. 30%, you still want to do better than that, but it's definitely an improvement than it was in the first 6 quarters. 6 sacks compared to the 2, and then 2 red zone trips for opposing teams, 1 touchdown. So that's 50%. So that's cutting that down dramatically. Our Bills defense is currently ranked 11th in the league, and a lot of the reason for that is because of the last 6 quarters. We basically had a shutout against the Vikings. We did allow them to score while we were playing prevent defense, but that game was a shutout for most of the game. So I still count that as kind of like a shutout. Again, I wish we would have got that, but that's not what we did. So if you're looking at this Bills team, it's a matter of which team is going to show up. Are we going to get the team that showed up last week against the Vikings? Guys, if we get that team, I don't care where we play. I don't care if we're playing in Lambeau. I don't care if we're playing at New Era Field. We're going to win. That's the bottom line. If last week's team is the real Bills team, can the real Bills team please stand up? If that's the team, then we're going to win some games, guys. And that's very exciting if you're a Bills fan, but this is when we find that out. Week 4 is a big week for us, very crucial. They talk about winning quarters of a season, okay? Well, this is the last game of the quarter. Obviously, we can't win this quarter, but we can go 2-2 in this quarter, and then all of a sudden our season looks a lot better than if we go 1-3, or if we were going to go 0-4, which a lot of people were predicting. Most people were predicting after the first 2 weeks of the season. So that win last week, obviously a lot of reasons to be optimistic, but you know how this works, guys. It's a short week every week, guys. Monday celebrate, Tuesday back to work, and that's how they do it for the team, and that's how I do it as a fan. We celebrate it Sunday night, we celebrate it Monday. Got that swag to us walking around the office on Monday, or walking around work on Monday, or just walking around town on Monday with your Bills stuff to celebrate. But now from Tuesday on, it's Packers week. We gotta get ready for that. Use it 21. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully the Bills can maintain their pass rush. That's going to be a huge key against the Packers this week. So, especially against Aaron Rodgers, who we'll talk about here in a little bit when it comes to the injury report. Do want to get to the Green Bay Packers side as far as statistics go so far on the season. If there's one thing that they're really weak on, it's that run defense. Their run defense is ranked I think it's 27th in the league. 27th league, just under 125 yards per game allowed. So that will really help the Bills, especially with LaShawn McCoy coming back. And like I said, we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So they're ranked 27th in run defense. They're ranked 21st in pass defense. So it's not like their passing defense is much better. And then that means they're ranked 23rd in total yards. So this is an opportunity where we can hopefully see Josh Allen improve as well. We saw improvement from Josh Allen last week. Hope to continue to see that improvement this week and see him be able to pass the ball. I do believe that the Bills want to continue to pass the ball to create opportunities in the run game. Most teams, they run the ball to create the pass game. I think we have to be the exact opposite. We have to create that passing game. And we saw what happened with Minnesota when we ran that streak to Kroom, when we faked the run, faked the quick pitch, and then we passed it deep. He was wide open because they have so many defenders in the box defending against the run against us that we need to open it up by passing the ball a little bit more. But the truth is, as you said, use it 21. We have to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has, we all know what Aaron Rodgers can do. And Aaron Rodgers, he might not be fully healthy, but he practiced today, and this is the first time that he's practiced other than on Saturday before the game since week 1, since he got injured in that Packers game. So obviously he's getting better. He's getting more Aaron Rodgers-like, and the closer he gets to that, the more dangerous it is for us. I mean, the Redskins game, he did miss some passes, overthrows that he normally wouldn't make. And so not only does the secondary have to be on point, which normally they are, but that rush has to get there as well. So those are some statistics about this game. Let's get into the injury report for both teams, talk about some of the key injuries for both teams, and then we'll give like a 3 keys to victory type thing before we get out of here. So first, we want to talk about the Packers injuries. Again, Aaron Rodgers today was the first day he practiced. UCF Jaguar took the Bills this week. Welcome, Fox 87. Thank you for joining us. Always glad to have you here. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of the experts think it's going to be, because the Packers, as we're getting into, have a lot of injuries on that side of the ball. The Bills, not so much. So we're going to get into that a little bit. Aaron Rodgers did practice today. He was a limited participant in practice, but that, again, is still the first time he's practiced other than on Saturday since week 1. So that's obviously a good sign if you're a Packers fan. You want to see him getting back in rhythm, getting in practice, because that's going to be a key to their victory. Their run game is not that solid, so most of it's going to have to come in the pass game. And we've seen how the Bills' run defense has actually played pretty well. So a lot of it's going to have to be in the passing game. So did not participate in practice today or Wednesday. We got guard Justin McCray. We got outside linebacker Nick Perry. And the biggest injury for Packers, if you're a Packers fan, is defensive lineman Muhammad Wilkerson. He really clogs up the run game a lot, which he hasn't been doing a good job this year anyway. But that really opens up the field for LaShawn McCoy or Chris Ivory. So we need to get that run game going, especially early on in this game, I believe. Again, we do want to use the pass to create the run, but we do need to make sure that we're running the ball, getting at least 4 or 5 yards a clip when we do that. Hopefully McCoy, if he does come back in this game, he is fully healthy and able to make the runs and the cuts that he's normally making. So going to some limited guys, before we go to the Bills, I'm sorry, there were some guys in Packers practice who were limited today, so we want to talk about them as well. You got Brian Bulaga, offensive tackle. Most signs show that he is actually going to play in this game. You got Randall Cobb, wide receiver, of course. He actually hurt his hamstring somewhere between Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, he wasn't listed on the injury report. And then Thursday, he was with a hamstring injury. Limited in practice. We all know how hamstrings can linger. Obviously, we don't want injuries like that to happen to anybody. But when the Bills are going up against the Packers, to see a star like Randall Cobb be be plagued with a hamstring injury, might come out to benefit us in the long run. Another guy who was limited in practice was Jimmy Graham. He did not participate in practice at all on Wednesday, and now he was limited today. Signs show that he will be playing. We know how much Jimmy Graham and the Bills, how Jimmy Graham has killed the Bills in the past. So maybe this will slow him down a little bit for us. Again, help us out. Again, a lot of injuries on the Packers side of the ball. Even if they play, seems like there's some guys that are nicked up already. So, we might be able to use that to our advantage. Again, we don't want to see injuries, but if there are people playing who are hurt, then you should probably try to take advantage of that as best you can. You don't want to injure them anymore, but if they're slower or weaker, then we can press them a little bit more. So he was limited in practice, and then Josh Jones and Kevin King were also limited in practice today for the Packers. So a long list of Packers injuries, guys. I think that's about 7 or 8 names. Few of them didn't participate at all. 2 or 3 of them won't play in this game, and then of course you have Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb, and Jimmy Graham all dinged up a little bit. So we should definitely try to take advantage of that come this Sunday. Going on to the Bills side of the ball, not great news for the Bills when it comes to our tight ends. That's pretty much the one position that doesn't look good going into this game. You got Charles Clay, did not participate in practice. He was limited on Wednesday, but then he was downgraded today. So that does not look good as far as his chances to start on Sunday. And then also someone who was limited in practice today was Jason Kroom. So our other tight end who was limited in practice today. So he might not play either, which only leaves us with 2 tight ends, leaves us with Kyrie Lee, who's mainly a blocking tight end, and then Logan Thomas, who is mainly a receiving tight end. So that versatility that Clay and Kroom give us is no longer there. If we only have one tight end if we have Logan Thomas on one side, then they pretty much know he's probably going out for pass. And then same thing with Kyrie Lee, they pretty much know he'll be staying to block most of the time. So that really eliminates a lot of versatility we have. So we really hope that they can play. Again, it's really not looking good for Charles Clay. Hopefully Jason Kroom can get out there on Sunday, give us a better option at tight end for that game. So we'll see about that. Other than that, however, most of the injury news is positive for the Bills. Shaq Lawson has been participating in practice, even if it's limited. Marcus Murphy is limited in practice. Trent Murphy looks like he's going to play. Philip Gaines and Mike Hyde were both full participants today in practice. So those are really good signs. And of course, the biggest sign, LaShawn McCoy saying he is going to play. He was limited in practice today, but he's been limited for the past 2 days. So he's been practicing with the team, getting hit a couple times. So we're trying to make sure those ribs are right before he gets out there. But he is saying that he is going to play. And I believe that he is going to play in this game. It's just a matter of how big of a role he'll play in this game. Hopefully it's a big role. Hopefully he is fully healthy and fully functional so we can use him to the best of his capabilities. Again, the Packers are allowing about 124 yards per game on the ground. We really need to take advantage of that in this game. And that gets me to my keys to victory for the Buffalo Bills. Key number 1 is getting that running game going. Guys, we really haven't done a great job getting that running game going. I mean, currently in the season, our leading rusher is Josh Allen. And that's not a good thing because it's not, Josh Allen, even though he's elusive and can get out of the pocket and he's been fun to watch, first of all, he hasn't even played the full 3 games. So that's kind of, that makes it not look good. But then again, neither has McCoy. So you take that in consideration too. But Allen is not a Cam Newton type player or a Michael Vick type player or someone who can lead your team in rushing yards and be okay with that. We need McCoy, we need Murphy, we need Ivory to all step up and become the run backs that they need to be and lead this team. Because truth be told, guys, no matter what we think of Josh Allen, this team is a run-first team. That's the scheme. So, and we even saw that this past Sunday against the Vikings, even though Dable did allow Allen to let loose a little bit. At the same time, Allen didn't even have 200 yards passing at the end of the day. So obviously this is a run-first team. We had over 100 yards rushing total in that game. So we need to get that run game going quick. We need to get that run game going early. We need to make a statement early as well. They're getting ready to kick off in the second half of the Thursday night game. So I'll try to do this a little bit quicker. It seems like I keep running into the second half of these games, but that kind of happens sometimes. The second key to victory, as Fox 87 said in the chat here, we need to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. We have a great secondary. However, it's hard to guard these type of receivers for more than 5, 6, 7 seconds. They're going to get open. So we need to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, make him make quick decisions. Aaron Rodgers is good at making quick decisions, and he still might torch us, but he's definitely better when he has time. Just like every other quarterback, he's better when he has time. We need to get Jerry Hughes coming around the outside edge there. Make him a little fidgety in the pocket there, because that's the only way to get into his head. Aaron Rodgers does have some issues when throwing on the run, not exactly a strong suit. So if we can get him moving and get him constantly worried about the pocket collapsing, that will only help us. And I think that's going to be our second key to victory. The third key to victory, guys, is the penalties. It was mentioned in a couple other videos here on social media, on YouTube, but the penalties need to be stopped, guys. We are currently averaging more than 10 penalties a game. We are tied for 29th in the league with the Eagles as far as penalties. We have 31 penalties through 3 games. That's not good. We need to buckle down on that, guys. If we plan to win this game, we cannot make mistakes. The Minnesota Vikings, the reason why they lost that game is because of the mistakes they made in the first half and just not being able to bounce back from them. We've seen actually in this Thursday night game what the Vikings can do in offense, and it looks very impressive. But when they're fumbling the ball, when we win the turnover battle 3-0, then we are going to win those games. Same thing here. If we win the turnover battle 3-0, we are going to win that game. And I hope we do. I hope we win that turnover battle, though. I think Aaron Rodgers is a little bit better holding on to the ball than Kirk Cousins is. And so don't expect 2 fumbles from Aaron Rodgers in this game. Don't expect 2 interceptions from Aaron Rodgers in this game. So those are the 3 keys of victory. Again, we want to run the ball, get that run game going effectively. On defense, we need to get to Aaron Rodgers, and we need to stop with the penalties. This is getting ridiculous with these penalties. I know in today's NFL, it seems like there's a penalty every other play, but we need to stop. We need to, especially the dead ball penalties. You can live with some of the holding calls, some of the pass interference calls. You can live with those from time to time. But man, these false starts, these illegal formations. We had 3 illegal formation penalties last week. That shouldn't happen. Dable's doing he did a great job last week as offensive coordinator. I can't wait to see what scheme he has this week planned for the Packers as we get ready to play them this Sunday. But I do look forward to that. Those are my 3 keys to victory, guys. Please be sure, if you have not already subscribed to Believers Talk, subscribe right down here. Hit that notification bell because we will continue to go live. We go live for those live play-by-play and reactions during the games. And so we will be doing that post-game, pre-game. We got you covered. We just had a video about when we traded Newhouse. That's what we kind of do. We keep you up to date with all the transactions, Buffalo Bills related. So be sure to subscribe, get notifications, share some of these videos, like this video, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, because we're there too, and we try to keep you updated as best we can there as well. So we look forward to seeing you Sunday. It's Thursday. We hope you guys all have a good weekend up until Sunday. Let's try to celebrate another Bills win, man. It's been a great week. I've enjoyed this week. I got a new Victory Bills tie to wear at the office on Monday, thanks to my wife, so I appreciate that. And we will continue to hopefully get better and improve. This season's all about Josh Allen, so we want to make sure that Josh Allen continues to improve. Tremaine Edmonds and Josh Allen are currently ranked in Pro Football Focus's top 10 rookies, so we want to see them keep moving up the list. I think Edmonds is 7th and Allen is 10th. I posted that on our Twitter account earlier today. So we hope to see them keep moving up that list. Maybe get Josh Allen, Tremaine Edmonds, that Rookie of the Year. Although, again, how bitter I am with White not getting Rookie of the Year last year. I don't know what it's going to take for Edmonds to get Rookie of the Year this year. So we'll see about that. But we do hope that you all join us on Sunday for the live reaction, live play-by-play show. That's all I have for you tonight. Enjoy the rest of this Thursday night game between the Vikings and Rams. Looks like it's going to be a good one. But till next time, go Bills.